The price of SafeMoon is what looks to be like it's mooning right now. So we are now on the fourth day of green candles, and with today we see a pretty significant rise taking place. It's up over 11%. And I want to talk a little bit more about some of the circumstances that's going on in the world right now, as well as what people are sort of looking at just in the financial space and how it's affecting things with crypto. So with that being said, guys, I do have a new TikTok channel that I'm doing animations on for fun using AI, crossover story stuff. You can find a link to that down in the description below if you'd like to check it out. With that being said, let's go ahead and dive on into the news. So taking a look here at the SafeMoon trading charts, as I mentioned, 4 days of green candles going back here to the start of October 20th, where we first started to see this rise coming up. And we see that after a 3 days of red, low volume, a nice upsurge there in volume on October 20th. And then it dropped back down pretty close to what we had been seeing before. And then as of today, this big exponential rise. We see that on trading volume, there's $97,000 on the buy side versus only $25,000 on the sell side, $122,000 in trading volume. So not even just in the 24-hour period. If we look on a shorter time span, in the last 6 hours, we got 5.39%. In the last hour, it's gone up another 1%. So overall, looking like it's making some really nice gains. And one of the things to take into consideration is we move over here to Binance with the BNB token, and BNB is up 3%. So it's now at $224, right around in that range. And what is really important to note here, guys, is that there's been a lot of fear about the fact whether or not we would see BNB dropping below $200. And it did come really close. If we go back here to around October 9th, we can see that it hit $202.80. The fear was that if it dropped below that key level of $200, we could see essentially a flash crash and entering into a whole other zone space. So looking at this overall, this trend that we've got here going on for BNB, it's been holding on pretty well, dating all the way back here to my reference point of June 17th. And then we have that top level of resistance taking place. So I've talked about this in previous videos. I really love the golden cross, the death cross for technical indicators. These are used for longer term trading analysis. And so what we have here is the green line, which is representative of a more shorter time span. That's the 50 moving average, and the 200, which is a longer time span. So when you see the shorter, the green line going down, that signifies a bear market suggestively. Again, this is all based on percentages and past trends. So you're more likely to see that happen. And lo and behold, what do we have? Sure enough, BNB followed that trend and ended up dropping down quite a bit. And then it consolidated, right? It consolidated for this time period, ended up dropping down more, consolidated for a while. And guys, at some point, as long as there's still demand, there's still utility, there's nothing super controversial, you're very likely to see things start to recover. And this is down considerably from its all-time high. Now, here's the thing, right? Take a look at this. Let's go ahead and start to expand out our line, trying to keep it as accurate as possible. So we're right about, I would say we actually need to raise that up just a tiny bit. Matches more on these points for highs. Okay, so we are very close to actually breaking up above this. We can also see that the 50 moving average is starting to curve a little bit, just a tiny bit upwards here. Oops, I did not mean to do that. We can see it's starting to curve up just a tiny little bit here. That would suggest, ladies and gentlemen, that if it continues this trajectory, if the 200 moving average, the longer time span continues going down, which it's very likely because, again, it's on a longer time span, when that crossover event happens, it would suggest we're more likely to see BNB make a nice, strong bull run, baby. So, ladies and gentlemen, do keep in mind that the volume is quite high on the day here. And that would suggest that we're also potentially going to see people do some profit taking. I'm not leaning so much that there's going to be a ton of people doing that, largely because of the fact it only went up 3%. It's not like it went up 10%, 15, 12, some crazy astronomical amount. But you do also want to take into account that we are now on the 5th day of BNB making a rally going up. So volume it's doing okay. And then nice little push up here today. We also have news in regards to XRP. I have a separate video I talk about with that, in which they officially dropped the charges against 2 core members with XRP. And a lot of people, with the previous announcement that was going to happen, we did see a run up with XRP. So there's a lot of bullish news going on. We also see Bitcoin continuing to make a strong rally, holding above $30,000. These are all good, strong indicators suggesting that we are very likely in the early stages now of a new bull market cycle. And so I'm very excited to see what's going to be happening next. Let me know in the comments down below if you think that SafeMoon is going to continue making a strong run. Do you think that we're going to see some pullback? What are your guys' thoughts in general in the crypto market? And I have my own Telegram group. Guys, if you're not in that yet, why not? Come out there. Come in there. Is it a place? Kind of a place. It's digital. Come hang out over there. Anyways, I'm overthinking that too much. You can find the link to that down in the description below. That's Team Crypto Atlas. I post my videos there. I talk with you guys in the community space. You guys talk with each other too. It's a nice little spot. And yeah, I appreciate you guys so much. We're trying to get to 100 members in that Telegram group right now. Thank you to my Patreon supporters. Double shout out thank you to WeLoveSafeMoon.com, Victor Vegas, SafeMoon Oz for being higher level patrons. Thank you to my YouTube members for your support as well. God bless, and we'll see you in the next episode.